Infernal Shrines, map number 1, semi-final. We got the Cats against Unleashed. Let's go, boys and girls. Let's see who's able to make it to the grand final. The winner of the series wins a prize, and that is a match against Chili Mountain. Woo! Nah, jokes aside, obviously, if you make it to the grand final, you already get more points for the ranking, which is fairly important. You want to make it into the top 8. You want to have a chance to get there. And as I said in one of the previous games, we actually Unleashed it incredibly well. Unleashed and Copium were some of the teams that did a little bit better than I expected them to, and I can't wait to see who makes it actually into the top 8 this time. I also heard earlier, we had, for example, Oxygen, aka the Hardos. They didn't play in one of the qualifiers, and one of the players said that apparently coming next Sunday, they were thinking about coming into the qualifiers. I've been talking about it in the past, and again, same's true. It's just one of those tournaments, we know, where you can play a qualifier, but you don't have to. It's the beauty of this, and the teams are now, in the last few seasons, taking full advantage of that, which I like a lot. This is exactly why we created the tournament the way we did. Makes it very easygoing for the players, makes it very fun for us as the audience and also the organizers. And of course the big finale, the playoffs, that's where it all accumulates in. But yeah, so for now we got Infernal Shrines. We have our bans on Lulnara, Lucio's ban, Sol Stukov, so a bit of a focus on the supports that could control some of these shrine fights. And well, last but not least, the ban on Junkrat. The rat is dead again. No more crazy Australians or New Zealanders here. No more Kiwis. I actually don't even know if he's a Kiwi or if he's an Aussie. I always forget. In my head, like, I feel like I think somebody said that he's like that he's a Kiwi, but I honestly don't know. He's definitely crazy enough to be a Kiwi. So there you go. Either way. Hanzo by Drakir. Off we go. Honor. Redemption. I don't know, for some reason Hanzo always makes me laugh. Not even in a good way. It's not like he's funny, but this is like so over the top. Honor. Okay. I'm the only one that is like giggling at that, and yeah. Tyke's first pick. Talk about aggressive. They're going full StarCraft on us. I mean, don't get me wrong. With Stormgate on the horizon, everybody, of course, has their eyes back on StarCraft and Warcraft, but that they are so motivated by this that they go into a StarCraft double pick right from the get-go, that is quite something. So yeah, Tychus and Blaze are taken. It's actually kind of funny that the first two to pick here are aggressive and risk. So yeah, let's take that risk. Let's go for the crazy pick. Let's be aggressive. I'm all on board with that philosophy. 100%. Soaking on Hogger, and we have Brightwing, so Hogger can pog it out on Infernal Shrines. It's actually a shame that Stukov was banned. If they would have been gone into that, then yeah. That would have been the potential full StarCraft lineup. Could always go Morales, but I mean, nah, not really. Okay. Final ban. What did we get rid of here? We got Tychus for Odin. I mean, still a great pick, by the way. I was more so surprised because he's not really a first pick anymore these days. There's a lot of teams that don't even take him anymore. But of course, with Odin, he's always a good choice there. Rega and Diablo. So much for our all StarCraft lineup. Guess we're not gonna see that. It's a shame, actually. But, well, there's that. I mean, Diablo Blaze is not a bad lineup. Let's be honest here. You got a Lightning Shield for any battle on the Shrine as well. You got Blaze, you got Diablo. That's pretty solid. Now, for the Cats, they have as their final two picks. What do we get here? We still need a front line. Still need a tank. And it is Murden and Greymane. Look at you. Okay. Greymane is in. And we go for Ice Corp. The final pick. As we're headed for game number 1, Infernal Shrines is the map again. We're carrying the Cats and Unleashed. As Ice Corp still debates what exactly he's going to take here. A little bit of range damage. Another full-on melee. Go for that triple front line. Definitely could. But they drop Cassia. Got a blind now as well that the Q you can use against Greymane. And with that, we're ready for game number 1 of the series. The Cats against Unleashed. Soaking in game number 1 is playing Hogga. Drak here on Hanzo. Honio on Myrden. Captain Rax with Brightwing. And Irath on Greymane. So, to the right side of the map, Unleashed with Arabano on Diablo. Aggressive on Tychus. We got Chibis, whatever. If you use shit like that, I mean, okay, we got Bob on Rhaegar. We didn't have Bob in a while. Yeah, you're called Bob now. So he's playing Rhaegar, and we got Risk on Blaze and Ice-Scorp on Cassia. Oh, stacking for Cassia. I like it. Got a little bit of a mini game going on. Okay. We need a different name for him. He's playing Rhaegar. What can we go for? Bob is a little bit like too old. Anybody remember Team Bob? But yeah, what do we call him? We call him Ronnie. Ronnie on Rhaegar. Yeah, if you use shitty letters like that, I rename you. Easily. So, yeah. Okay. Up towards the top, we got Soaking. Already soaking. I would have loved his Muro or something, but not today. At least not now. Definitely want to keep my eyes on Cassia and their stacks. We still have a record, I think, from Dino. Back then on Volskaya Foundry. I guess 100... I think it was 160 stacks that he had. But now that I think about it, I think there was somebody else that actually surpassed him even. Either way, if you get good stacks on Cassia, she's obviously just murdering. So, yeah. What the ugliest mount in the game. I mean, this mount that Blizzard made that a standard mount is just a fucking crime against humanity. Look at this thing. That I'm forced to look at this, like, you get eye cancer when you look at this too long. It's insane. That mount is so ugly. It is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, damn. Gul'dan is getting jealous, and I mean, boy, he thought he held the record, but no way. Okay, so Irath is getting attacked. With that, we might have the first kill of the game. Great! Oh, the escape! Yeah, look at Greymane. He got away, but did he got it close? Yeah, that was nearly first blood in the game. Not a single kill. Not a single kill yet. The blue team focused on the bot camp first, and now they're starting to take their own. So they're trying to drop this one. With Blaze now moving straight down to the mid lane. Level 4 talents are kicking in for the two teams. We have a few stacks together for Cassia. Riding into battle. You know, there's at least a bit of synergy happening with that. The synergy is real. They're also playing around with the color coordination. Gotta appreciate that. Master Assassin kicking in on level 4 now for Tychus. So it's all about the passive. That increase on the attack speed that is also effective on Odin, which is the most important thing. Bong, 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 bong. Hogga is sometimes so dumb. Gotta love it. Yeah, and it is the first objective. The first shrine is starting up. So, Soaking has a chance now to prove himself again on Hogga. Yep. There we go in a second. Already doing his thing. And just bouncing around here. And taking the lead for the team with ease. I mean, nobody's even looking at him. So far, the red team doesn't make any serious attempts at this, and the minions don't even know what to attack first. Can't stop, won't stop. He's still just doing his thing. Oh, Hogga, never change. Never change. Easy win for them. Trying to get the kills here, and Unleashed is currently getting leashed, if anything. It's Greymane who's coming in with the big damage as he drops Blaze, and they get not only a kill, but also the first Punisher. So yeah, nicely done. Really good moves by especially Hogga as he wins the objective for them, and the rest of the team as they're guarding their side laner and helping him to lock in the first Punisher, which is a frozen Punisher. And therefore, a lot more value on the push. So with the inbuilt Sylvanas trade, more or less, they are having a real chance of taking the fort down. And they might get another kill here. Rabano's in trouble and he dies. So yes, he is gone, and so is Muradin? No. Yeah, well, Muradin dies too. And so does Brightwing, but they still got the kill on Cassia. Greymane can't stop Bone Star, but he is getting stopped. And the Punisher is getting... What the fuck is happening here? Punisher is getting a piece of the action as well. This is ridiculous. What a fight. Oh my god, look at this one. Everybody's dead or dying. Diablo, Cassia, Muradin, Brightwing. And then the Punisher jumps in and he goes full John Cena on them as he takes just anybody down. I mean, big hits. If we ever saw a Punisher that said, my turn, it's definitely this one.
Hail to the king, baby.
Best Punisher in the game. Best Punisher I've seen in a while. And they have a level lead now. And of course, that is a level lead around heroic ability, so level 10 is going to be rough. Could easily push with that and try to get some kills in. So, yes, top side, soaking, careful, and they are gonna drop him. Yep, Hogger goes down. Level 10 still in their hands, but of course that hurts a bit. And they're going for the bottom wall. Everybody is starting to hearth back, but still they're going to get this one. At least one of the towers is down with the catapult and also a mercenary camp in tow. They can now do even more damage. Slowly poke this from a distance, exploit that level 10 a little bit more. Yeah, open the wall up and maybe even drop the tower. That's fantastic for later pushes that would result in the keep getting damaged. Now level 10 abilities are of course now ready for both teams, which means that we have not only Lightning, Breath, but more importantly Odin. So the next objective is definitely lined up. But Greymane on the left side, a bit more power plays by him. But the gap is still there. Oh, Muradin, he's too late! Is he gonna pay the price for it? Nope, we got the meme strike. Zoning them off completely. Lightning Breath has been used. It was a nice idea initially, but they just didn't get the value. If they could get Muradin onto the spot before the camp is locked in, then Hanzo's ult would have been a lot more impactful. Of course, they also baited out Odin, which is big, but they have not retreated fully yet, especially Muradin. Easy hop, okay, so he is able to get out. Maybe with the timing here, Tigers is not gonna be ready with his ult during, well, for the next objective. I guess he's gonna get it eventually while that fight is ongoing. But Arabano might be in trouble. He turns around Muradin with a nice wall stun, but the battle isn't over. Yeah, Jesus, everybody is going for the ults again, and Hogger is committing Sudoku as he's charging straight into the tower range. So he's gone, and they might lose more. 5 kills to 5 as Unleashed is catching up a bit here. They're back. Look at Muradin. He's also getting murdered. And more stacks for Cassia, who's now sitting at 26. So yes, things are starting to slowly come together for Unleashed. The red team now with 26,000 damage on Tigers, top damage in the game. Hanzo is playing a second fiddle to that with a 23k that he is currently locking in. And on the left side, we got the next camp also taken. So yeah, things are continuing at pace for the two teams here. And what else can they pull off now? What is especially... I mean, first and foremost, I'm kind of interested to see who takes this particular one. Who's able to claim this one? Is that going to be a big win for the blue team? Are they going to make it happen again? Or we're going to see instead a nice play by the boys in red as they are trying to take the control of this game back. They definitely have a chance to pull that one off, but here comes the ult from Hanzo, zoning them away. Then again, Odin is already activated. It's giving them some control. Good damage on Greymane, but not enough to get a kill. Maybe they can drop Muradin here. He's able to escape too. Soaking is on the run. 20 stacks to 15. Level 13 talents are now available, so another lead for the Cats as they're trying to come back into the Shrine fight. Even battle, but now Cassia in trouble, and the Ancestral of Ronnie is there. Yeah, Rhaegar gets the hit on the ult in. Good for him. Muradin might be in trouble, but he still gets saved by the team and is able to hop his way back out as Hogger is just not giving a fuck about anything that's happening here and is just spinning around on the shrine in an attempt to get another objective for them. And he locks the Punisher in. Punisher number 2 goes to the Cats as they are trying to go for a kill on Diablo, and they might just be able to get this one. Diablo's in trouble, and well, that translates into another kill. The front line are gone. And the mid lane wide open as they try to drop another fort. And I don't think they can be stopped here. So, yeah. That's going to be a win for sure. They can't, well, not a win, but like a fort for sure, a win in the fight. So they might also get the win on the map, but for that they have to work a bit more than this. Now, this is still, yeah, nice zoning again. Doing the same thing here with this Hanzo. Of course, going to get even more value out of this later on in the game when he gets to level 20 and drops the cooldown reduction. But there's the wall stun. Muradin soaking a lot of the damage and really making it difficult for Unleashed. Now they're defending, and they're defending well, but there's a lot of damage on the keeps. And it's not only the mid lane. Look at the bot lane. Yeah, this one isn't going to fall, but with two of them now getting heavily attacked, you can see where this is going. Enormous amount of pressure against Unleashed as they now lose every single fort. Yes, Muradin, he is slowing down the rotation towards the top, and that allows Greyman to get more damage in on the fort, which leads eventually to the structure being taken down. So there's no outer structure available any longer for the team. Hogger trying to get out here. Good luck with that, and it is indeed the end of the side laner. But I call worth. They got a fort, they got damage on those keeps. As long as they don't lose more on the follow-up attempt here, they're going to be totally fine. It's a half-level lead. Muradin is hopping out, and just the catapult pressure out every single lane is totally worth it. But the Dwarf, okay, gets an assist from Brightwing, and that's a save. So it's 7 kills to 6, even a lead in kills for Unleashed, but this just showcases once more that it's not really the most important thing in Heroes of the Storm to get more kills than your opponent. At the end of the day, it's about taking structures down and pulling ahead here, and that's what they're doing. So, yeah, looking better and better. Level 16 will also be available to them. Hogger died 3 times now, but they take the camps, and they have the pressure on. With the entire wall lost in the mid lane, the keep is exposed. The same is, of course, true down to the bottom of the map. 50% HP roughly for them here. So, yeah, things are tough. Unleashed needs to win an objective. They need to win the problem is also the next objective spawns, of course, at the bottom of the map. So if you lose that, your keep's gone. You won't be able to save that unless it's a weird situation where they get like some kind of 5-man wipe just as the objective gets taken. But that's unlikely. So if it's a normal fight and it's won by the cats and they take the objective, then your bottom keep is more or less gone. It's 16 versus 16 in talents, so Unleashed has a very realistic chance to decide a battle in their favor here if they coordinate it properly. 45 stacks on Cassia, nothing to frown upon either, but it's a bit late in the game. Normally would like her to have a few more already. So yeah, she's a bit low on that. But it's still some damage that they can dish out here. And if they can just coordinate maybe some of these stuns properly, especially with Diablo aiming for a wall stun and then maybe a jet propulsion, they could get a kill. But aggressive stance again by the cats as they're trying to steal the camp away. They go for Diablo, the Ancestral, nicely done, well timed. And Dibble still dies. And Greymane somehow survived. And as all of this happens, Cassia falls to, Rega is low, Soaking escapes, they take Blaze down and they steal the camp away. The objective comes up and boy, oh boy, yeah, Drakia, look at him. He goes for the big kill and they're following over the wall with the kill. And now they can go for the keep here. And that's exactly where they are headed. Damn, son. What an aggressive play again. I mean, they're taking everybody down. The Stormbolt first, that ends with Tychus falling, and then they're following Rhaegar over the wall. They get the kill, the keep is gone. That's the first one eliminated, and now to play it safe, they're focusing down on the shrine. But holy hell, that backfired so heavily. Unleashed trying to go for the camp, and jeez, the cats just murdering, absolutely murdering. You can really tell they don't want to risk anything here. They are one of the teams that was always aiming to try and, you know, get into maybe even the top 4. They are participating in nearly every single qualifier, just diligently playing week after week. And they made it multiple times now in playoffs and did fairly well there. But they're always struggling to really break through completely. So right now their main objective is, of course, first make it into the top 8 and then try and go for a decent position this time. And yeah, use just the regular participation here to your advantage. Heroes is poking this down time and time. They get the Punisher. And now this is the moment where you could even decide the game in your favor. if they get, for example, level 20 with this push now, and the camp experience helps, take another wave or two. Brightwing is, for that reason, sitting in the mid lane currently. Then it's a Punisher push with level 20 through the keep. Top lane is pushing. Mid lane, another camp, another keep that can be taken down. And they have just a fantastic position. As long as they survive. And they're getting nearly barbecued by Diablo. Yeah, damn, son. Unleashed all of a sudden is going absolutely bananas on them. Diving in deep and is nearly getting kills. But somehow they can't survive. Like, how the hell did they make that happen? The core is already getting attacked through the top lane. The keep at the bottom is about to fall. The keep in the mid lane is going to be attacked soon. They're trying to turn it, keeping them busy. Another ult by Hanzo, who's now capitalizing on the cooldown reduction, and it's a kill against Blaze. The core is losing his shield as everybody's just trying to dominate the team fight. But it's a disaster for Unleashed as they are losing their core. It's Winion time, baby. 61%. More heroes are falling. The keep in the middle is getting attacked. 34%. They don't even need the heroes any further. This is it. This is game. This is the lead in the semi-final for the Cats at the 4th qualifier of the X Cup. Nicely done. Well played as the Cats take game 1.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Towers of Doom is the second map, and the Cats are in the lead. They took it. I had the feeling that the Punisher had a big part in this, especially the one play that I highlighted during the game. Punisher got 2 kills in the team fight. Now he was cleaning out the trash at the end a little bit, but it was still kind of funny. So now we are going to Towers of Doom, which is, by the way, the map choice of Unleashed. So instead of opting for first pick, first ban, what they have now done is to come in and go for the map pick, which means that they might have a strategy prepared here. Maybe they got some picks for themselves. So yeah. Well, some picks in the sense that they have a couple of like pocket picks that they can go for. Something crazy. Something that vibes with towers. So maybe just like the map. I mean, whatever it is, we'll figure it out. Cats, obviously, it's always a little bit weird because on the one hand, yes, you can of course come up with a pocket strategy for the map. You can also have some preference maps, but it's not like your opponent doesn't play them. Most of these maps that we are seeing on a regular basis are played fairly often by each team. There's a few maps like Tower, like Garden of Terror, Volskaya when it's in the map pool, all of these, these maps that don't get picked all that often. Braxis, some of the teams might not really play them a whole lot. Some others might therefore be a little bit more versed in how to rotate there. But maps like Towers are so common that you will find very few teams that are struggling on a certain one. But again, teams obviously, as with Heroes 2, have certain preferences for maps as well. Either way, it was enough for Unleashed to decide that they didn't want to go for the first pick, and instead they wanted to have the choice of maps. So we get Junkrat as an early pick for Heroes now. This is, by the way, another map where Soaking technically could try and go for a Samuro. I'm just mentioning because he's always joining Twitch chat and is trolling around a little bit and saying like, hey, I want to play my Samuro, but nobody is giving it to me. Or his Samuro gets actually banned by some teams, but we have also seen him play it a few times. So this is one of the few maps where he could do that. We get Anduin and we get Sylvanas, so already some pressure that they can execute with Sylvanas push. Still waiting for the day where some team comes up with a bit of a cheese again and goes for like a Samuro, and Abathon is just trying to use that. And I'm sure that some of the teams that are running their scrims for maybe the amateur scene have tried to do that, and I can only assume that it didn't really work out too well for them, because that's a combo that you'd never see again. Was played in HGC for a short period of time, but in that period of time, it was insanely annoying for the teams that had to face it. So, we got Mirrodin and we got Rega. Mirrodin always one of the heroes that, or one of the tanks that is doing well on Towers of Doom. Yeah, and, well, we got the final bans now being chosen, and it's Hanzo. Yeah, after the zoning. I mean, Hanzo obviously can interrupt on channels on the altars too, and he provides you with vision as well, so he's oftentimes an earlier pick on the map, but this time they just don't want to risk him that he gets picked up late, and they themselves apparently had no ambitions to do that. Still, If you had a crazy pick or some ideas, then let's go for it. Doesn't have to be too crazy. It's got to come up with something here. Sideliners have not been chosen at all. Blaze has been banned, Dehaka has been banned, so no global for now. Greymane, okay, and ooh, Varian. Alright, Varian Greymane. There's no additional stun though, that's the one thing. Anduin is playing with his daddy here, look at that, daddy issues. Yeah, honestly, Varian is the only one that should be immune to... or Anduin, like you can make the argument either way. Either Anduin should be immune to taunts by Varian. It would be kind of funny though, can you imagine? Varian coming in is like, your mother is so fat, and it's like, damn it. Falstad and Urel. I was like, yeah, I didn't think that one through, right? But yeah, Anduin and Varian. So, this is one of those. We'll start with this later. Risk. What's it going to be? I want to stun. I honestly want to follow up stun. If you're going for Varian as your main tank and you go for taunt, then you have to have something that helps your damage dealers to get the damage connected. So you need to follow up stun, and they don't have anything. You go for Rexa. Okay, so I got Misha for that. Bit of a wild one though. A lot of beasts in there. Towers of Doom, map 2. Let's see if they can pull it off. Game on, everybody. We got Unleashed against the Cats in the second map for the best of 3. Second game between the Cats and Unleashed, and it is Towers of Doom. Dracula is playing Junkrat for the blue team. We got Captain Rex on Rega, Herath on Falstad, Honio on Murden, and Soaking playing Urel. Towards the right side, it's Unleashed with Arabano on Varian, Aggressive on Greymane. We got Anduin, Risk playing Rexa, and Icecorp is playing Sylvanas. Okay, so Blondie with the daddy issues is playing with Anduin here. And yep, let's go. I want that taunt followed up by a nice Misha charge. Light Bomb Misha. I think we've seen it a few times in the past, but honestly not all that often. Holy Battle.net lag, what the hell, Blizzard? Get your servers in shape, the fuck? Jesus. Yeah, that early game was kind of shocking. Oh my god, apparently even Blizzard wasn't prepared for that carnage. Varian died immediately. Now there's obviously a couple of theories here. One is that Varian just went a little bit too hard and got killed. The other one is that he now has to play with his son and is just so embarrassed that he would rather commit Sudoku than play out the game in the team fight. Now, either one is possible. You be the judge of what actually happened. I know I have my theory here. But Arabado definitely with a bit of a deep dive. Also, of course, thanks to the displacement. When you have somebody like Junkrat against you, you always got to be super careful on how you play this out. But as I highlighted, generally I like Varian combos where you're just trying, you know, to go for quick kills. Sniper compositions, especially for lower level players or lower level teams, I think are absolutely fantastic, because if you train them a little bit, execution is fairly easy and they can be quite impactful if played properly. The problem that you have with it is that you need a follow-up, I believe, on the taunt. I don't think that the taunt alone is enough. But the only thing that they really have is Rexa and Misha's charge. So there's not too much here. I can try and play maybe around the light bomb a little bit then too, but time will tell how successful they're going to be with this. I would definitely prefer if they would have gone into a different support. Maybe, you know, the traditional ones are Stukov, Malfurion, Deckard Cain, Uther, whatever it is. So yeah, some of them can definitely help. But either way, with that, we now have our level 4 talents in, so that means Taunt for Varian. And in addition to that, we now get the Piercing Light on our boy. Okay, so they're trying to make another play for... yeah, careful, Stormbolt. Uh-oh. Second time that Rexa dies. And nice coordination. That was really well done. You get the Stormbolt, you get the damage, and then you have Junkrat following it up with displacement, so there's absolutely no way for him to escape. And they're just murdering here. Jesus Christ. They're taking down Sylvanas as well. At this point, I mean, damn. Unleashed is a bit in trouble. They are nearly a level behind, and that's 4 kills to 0. And now, of course, the objectives are popping up. Could be an easy 2-1 split for the Cats here. Especially if they're getting an early level 7. Which they should be able to get. So, yeah, let's see. Exchange of shots, and Dracula gets the solo down at the bottom. Yeah, nicely done. So they're trying to gank up for Urel. Urel is maybe even gonna die here. Soaking! Yeah, that's the end. The goat is down. Neat. Unleashed. 5-man. I am just not sure if that's the way to play it. Now they have Sylvanas, so they can go for counter pressure. But first of all, I'm not sure if they can get the top. And second of all, even if they trade bell towers now, it doesn't change the fact that the bot lane is just more important than the top lane. You have 2 mercenary camps going through it, and the pumpkins with the damage against the core are just more important. So this is a bit of a problem. I'm not sure if this is a good trade, and they're not even getting it, as you can see. Hornio is helping to defend, and here comes the attack. Obviously, Rex, after taking the camp, is also making his way over here. But there's already a hit as Dracula is taking the bot lane bell tower and can now go for the pumpkin camp. And they're still desperately trying to get this one. Pumpkins are helping, and I guess they're getting it eventually, thanks to the camp in the first place. But yeah, still a bit behind. And as I said, it is not the same. Trading top lane against the bot lane is definitely not the same thing. And now Muradin is trying to slow this down a little bit if he can. So, yep, that is... I don't think they're going to get the shots. But the situation is exactly... Like, this is one of the reasons also why the top bell tower is so important. Look where this altar is spawning. It spawns down here at the minimap. And, well, you don't have really access to it, that's the issue. Like, how are you going to get there? You have to go in there from the top, then you have no retreat outside of moving back top. You can't go to the left, you can't go to the right, you're walking straight into bell tower shots. So that's a freebie on the altar already for the Cats. Now, of course, it's being made worse anyways, because the Cats are nearly hitting level 10 now. So you don't want to fight that fight either way, since it would mean going up against heroic abilities. But now that the defense is being set up down here, Sylvanas is of course trying to move in, but Falset has nearly retaken the top, so they're always a step ahead, you might argue. And that's starting to become a bit problematic here. Especially that level 10 is now taken. That means that the red team cannot push for that bell tower. So, very good control by the Cats. This is, of course, a comeback map. We've been talking about this over and over and over and over again. And especially in the last, I want to say, 6 weeks, it always seemed like the team that had the upper hand in the early game was then falling behind and getting snowballed later on, showcasing how important early game is on Towers of Doom. But as it stands, this is a great spot for the Cats. 1.5 level lead, bell tower control, bot lane control, 5-3 split. I mean, that's a pretty sexy advantage to have. 8 shots ahead too. Now, of course, if they win this one, then they move straight to the grand final where they would face off against Chili Mountain. But, yeah. Let's see how this is going to work out. All that Unleash needs to do is get level 10. That's the first phase. There's the taunt into the light bomb. Sylvanas had the option, by the way, to go also into mind control and maybe follow up the taunt with that, but she decided to go for the arrow, so Wailing Arrow it is. By the way, the escape, insane. That Sylvanas got away there is incredible. Yeah. The Ancestral was solid, but Anduin dying. So now we got 5 kills to 1. Still a bit of action in the middle as Urel is toying with Rexa and Misha, but now it's a double altar, and that is a double... Well, is it a double lock? It's definitely a bottom altar for Rhaegar, but this one they can maybe get, and the answer is no. All 10 shots are fired, 18 points. Boy, oh boy. That is doubling the points on the core now. Yeah, Hirath is still alive, and they take the camp. Now, if they can get a kill here against Anduin and isolate him from the rest of the team, or maybe even get Sylvanas, that would of course be even worse. Irel jumps in again, and it is Junkrat once more, who's trying to help kill Greymane, but nicely played by Aggressive. He realized very quickly what he had to do and was able to escape. Now, Rexa, he's not so lucky. Rexa is down, a light bomb is in, the stun connects. Can they follow it up with a taunt? They might try. The save. and the 3 shots get fired. 15 points against 36 as Greyman is just a step too late to help the team out. Big control plays by the Cats. Full control for them in the game now. And a fantastic lead, of course, as well. So, still the attempt to take down the bottom bell tower. Can't blame them. It's the first step to victory. Reclaim your own structures. And this time they're committing. This combo with Sylvanas and Greyman is a strong one. But they're also a talent behind now. So the blue team is absolutely willing to fight for this. They are absolutely willing to come in here and say like, yeah, we're gonna take that battle. We have a talent lead over you. We might not have Urel here, but we are still gonna slow you down as best we can. They popped 1 or 2 ults, gusted, and also used the Riptire. So they're buying themselves a bit more time. And they have a pumpkin camp now that needs to be defended against too. And if they can get a good Storm Ball, there they have it. Yeah, but they can't get the kill. Junkrat not able to push the target back into range. So the pumpkins get defeated. But we have the altars up. And Risk gets 1, so that's 3 shots fired. He might go for an interrupt on Urel, but that would also cost him a lot of experience and a few towers. So he defends here, which allows soaking the channel. So that means 5 more shots against Unleashed. They're down to 10 points on the core. 10 points on the core. Time to let the bell tower go. Big advantage still for the Cats. Big lead. 13 versus 13 on the talents. Yeah, and it's time to make a play. It's time to be aggressive. Time to look for a few kills. And here we go. They try to go for Muradin. Can't take him on. Not just yet. There's just too much stun, too much displacements, too much escape tools from heroes like Falstad, of course, too. So, yeah. How do you make a play here? How do you get that done? They need to completely collapse on a hero. Maybe Falstad. I mean, in that case, if they get him, if that taunt is there, maybe the rest of the team is a bit too far away, but they need to get a kill like this. Flank in somehow, find a target, but I gotta give it to the Cats. They're playing it as safe as they can. Should be... I have no idea where Rhaegar re-engaged. So he gets taunted, but he's still fine and is able to move back out, but that could have backfired. Riptire, Wailing Arrow interrupts it. Now that Falstad and Urel are slowly coming in, he has the level 16 talent, and that makes this fight very unattractive for Unleashed. 16 is such a crazy power spike, and Unleashed is immediately like, yeah, maybe not. Let's just not. The problem is that this could be game. Because 2 altars against 1 would put you down to 2 points on the core. If you get 3, the game's over. 2 altars in the boss end the game as well. So this is already a very dire spot to be in, given that you are so far behind in experience. The 2 level stats advantage is already a big one for the Cats. And in addition to that, there is a solid chance that they're going to get 3 altars thanks to their big lead in talents, or maybe even the boss if they win a fight. So up at the top, Urel tries to interrupt and is able to make that work. First altar has already been taken. Now they're going to try down here at the bottom, and they're going to get this one. The only goal of Unleashed is to lock in the altar at the top. And of course, kill Urel. And they're going to get maybe Urel. They're not going to get the altar yet. Urel is dead. So they take Urel. But can they also get a kill? Light Bomb, not successful. Misha gets killed before it's there. But it seems that they will take it. 2 points on the core is all they have left. They're down to the single digits by a lot. 2 points to 33 to 29. Alright, so they sacrificed Urel. Didn't get anything out of it. They were getting a little bit greedy here. But as long as they're still playing it slow, there is still a big advantage for the Cats. Big one for sure. Now Unleashed, obviously, they need to be aggressive now. There's no other way. You need to dominate the fights now. You need to take control of the game. And that means you need to take risks. You might find yourself in a couple of fights that you would normally not take if you're trying to play it safe, but you don't have that option any longer. You need to do something here. 2 pumpkins making it through, a boss being taken, an altar being channeled, and the game's over. And that means the series would be over. If you want to force game 3, you better step it up. So they will try to take these fights. And they also have to at some point remove the boss. And you can see how the blue team is now posturing around the boss a little bit, just always threatening, hey, we could take this, which allows Herath on Falstad to dominate the bot lane now. So this is exactly that. You're just splitting the opponent a bit, and you're starting to play macro because you run a global and they don't. So Unleashed is the only thing they can do. They have to go for this. Despite the opponent having a Junkrat, despite the opponent having Gust on Falstad, they need to do it. Because they can't allow this to be on the map while there are altars. It's too many options for the blue team to win it. So yeah, already boss gets attacked. Falstad could go down to the bot lane. They gotta check it, they gotta split. And that makes it insanely difficult now. It's 16 versus 16 talents. Yep, here it is. There's the fight. Rhaegar is dead though, so they got the first hit. Good for them. And I guess they can take that boss over now. But Falstad is starting to move down to the altar. And who is going for it? What are they doing? What? Why are they going for it? This is it. This is game. They messed up. They messed up and they missed out on it. Oh my god, they take the boss, but they forgot about the altar, or they forgot about Falstad. That is game. The Cats with the 2-0.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.